Show. Each week, we interview some of the most interesting people in the fashion and entertainment industries. Fashion and entertainment industries. Beautiful models, singers, comedians, dancers, fashion designers, actors, beauty queens, and many more. Join our hosts, Mike Zotos and Tony Hippolyte, publishers at PerformerRadio.com, Models and Talent Magazine, as they make the pages come alive. Right here on the Performer Radio Show.
And it's February 12th, 2013. We survived, Tony. We survived that menacing storm.
We had a storm?
Nemo.
Yeah. Why do they call it Nemo anyway?
I don't know, but I can never look at that fish the same.
I know, exactly. They kind of spoiled Finding Nemo now, all of a sudden.
Short, random, pointless story. Basically, they made a decision that they're going to name all the storms like they name hurricanes, just to kind of, so they can actually gauge them.
Who the hell came up with
but
Nemo?
Why Nemo? It was a much bigger store than.
And why do they start in the ends? That's what I'd like to know. Don't they usually start with A's?
No, they had other storms. Oh. There was George and Harold and.
But Nemo's
Lisa.
a small,
that sounds like somebody
fish.
you have like over for dinner.
Huh?
But Nemo's a very small, cute little fish. That doesn't sound like an
I know.
storm.
I mean, now all of a sudden we equate Nemo with disaster.
It's horrible. They ruined that for all children
And a
out
crippled
there.
fish.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, we survived anyway, and that was good. And now we're back again. We weren't here last week in anticipation of a lot of situations happening, but now we've got everything back together. We got some great guests. Actually, we just heard one of them, Amarie Ortiz. Centerfold and cover girl model for this month's $10 magazine, the Valentine's issue, which of course 2 days from now, Valentine's.
Teardrops.
Tony, do you got a Valentine's thing going on?
Hopefully by Thursday.
You better get to working.
I'm not worried about it. I'm awesome. I'm not worried about it.
And Amarie, what do you got going on?
Hi, I have nothing going on. I'm getting together with my girlfriends and we're going out to dinner. Team single.
Team single. I like that. If you don't have anything go on, you make your own plans and just improvise. That's cool. We got another young lady in the studio with us. Her name is Heidi. Hi, hello, Heidi.
Hi.
She's just hanging out with us tonight. Just looking cute and everything like that. We just found her in the food court. We never met her before. We said, hey, come on up.
We brought her
She's
in.
cute. Yeah, she looked like she didn't know. She was like, I'm just here. Oh, no. I've known her for a few years. And we got we've been planning the Fashion Awards, right, Tony?
Yep, we just got cleared by Dana-Farber as a partner again this year, which is really exciting. You know, now we have a good 3 months to acquire sponsors and stuff like that, as opposed to 4 weeks.
Right. We had a little bit of a delay last year in getting Dana-Farber on board with us, and now we were, like you said, several months ahead, so it makes it a lot easier for us to get things organized. And we do have some amazing plans for you. We're not going to tell you right now because there's a lot of stuff in the works. But let's just say that it's going to be much, much bigger than last year. You can say that, right, Tony?
Yeah, very big. We can say, I'll just shut up.
This is radio. You're not supposed to shut up. Okay. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff planned, and we got a lot of great new artists performing too, as well as some amazing new models and designers that people haven't seen before, or have seen but haven't seen them in such a capacity before.
The same venue?
No. That's the whole point. We couldn't do much larger in Bijou. Bijou was great for the first year, and it had a nice layout, a nice setup. But this year, we kind of had to go a little bit supersize. Yeah, exactly. Supersize that, please. We realized that we had to turn away so many people at the door, and we don't want to do that this year. I mean, of course we want to see it full, but we realized that so many other people really at the last minute decided they wanted to attend, and that was an issue. And we just said, okay, let's sit down, see how we can do this better. We shopped around to different venues in the area. Actually, Tony did most of the legwork. I just kind of coached him. Hey, Tony, go over there.
I'm the master event planner, and that's what I do. So
that's true. Actually, Tony, why don't you promote the Grand Committee while we're at it?
Grand Committee, it's a great company. I do fantastic events, private parties throughout the year that I don't necessarily put on Facebook. My clientele is relatively exclusive, and I try to harness that skill set, through the Fashion Awards and other things that we do throughout the year.
Exactly. And we also have coming up in a little while, Louie Bello, pop singer Louie Bello. He's going to be debuting several songs off his brand new album here tonight. And unfortunately, he didn't have his brand new video available tonight, but that's going to be out next week. So hopefully we can still kind of get a sneak peek of it before it goes out to the general public. But we'll see. It's supposed to debut a week from tonight.
Yep.
So we'll see. And speaking of a week from tonight, we've got this incredible young lady coming up from New York Her name is Jenna Rose, and she's 14 years old. And you should hear this girl sing, Tony. She is so amazing.
Really?
She has a voice like Christina Aguilera. We got a spot coming up later on in the show where we're going to sample her voice. She just finished doing a duet with Dionne Warwick, and she did a remake of Walk On By.
The Dionne Warwick.
And if you see the video, it's online already on YouTube. YouTube Jenna Rose, excuse me. Is it Jenna Rose or Jenna Ross? I'm sorry.
Come on, Mike.
Hey,
Jeez,
I'm getting old, man. It's Jenna Rose. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's Jenna Rose. Hey, Rose. I should be thinking Rose.
And
Valentine's Day, yes.
Speaking of music, we're seeing another great group in about 2 weeks at the House of Blues, Pentatonics, on February 24th.
That's right. They're going to be coming back to Boston. We had the pleasure of interviewing them back in September of 2012. And they're coming back at this House of Blues. That's a much bigger venue than what they played before. Well, Berklee College of Music is pretty big.
It was big.
Berklee Performance Center.
It was fun. We did Scott's birthday. Had a great time.
Oh yeah, we had his 21st birthday, if I recall, which was kind of crazy and wild, but that was fun. All right, coming up after the break, we're going to talk more with Amarie. Be right back.
June and Jeremy's riding down the expressway. With Lisa, Victor, and David and his sister Shante. Dave lights a cigarette during the ride. That unleashes a cloud of cyanide. We're all having fun, you can be so sick, but we're sitting there breathing, it's arsenic. I'm feeling those fumes all down in my spleen. Ammonia and methane and benzene. I roll down a window, stick my head outside, but I can't escape the formaldehyde. Carbon monoxide, chloroform too. I don't wanna be no goody two shoes. I just want to hang at the mall, not sucking a bunch of nicotine, y'all. One lit cigarette instantly gives off 4,000 chemicals that you breathe in. A lot of them known to cause cancer, even if you're not the one smoking. Secondhand smoke. Is it worth it? To get the facts, check out worthit.org.
Models, singers, comedians, dancers, and so much more. This is the Performer Radio Show. Performer Radio on Regular Radio.
If you've ever been to a Gloria Estefan concert, you know that there are few stars who can match her presence, performance, and talent. The time Gloria first experienced the thrill of being on a stage performing for people was also one of the first times she learned to stretch her wings.
My fondest memory of music in school was when I was playing the clarinet. I played the clarinet from 5th to 8th grade in the school band. My mother was pretty strict and never let me go anywhere, but of course, since it was part of the school program, she allowed me to go to Tallahassee, the capital of our state here, on a competition with the school band. Of course, to me, this was incredibly exciting. It was the first time I was allowed to go out of my home without a parent. We had chaperones, but we went there, participated in a 3-day program, and it was some of the most beautiful memories I have as a child.
A PSA brought to you by MENC, the National Association for Music Education, Gibson Guitar, Baldwin Piano, and this station. Music, part of a sound education.
Interviewing the best talent Boston has to offer. This is the Performer Radio Show.
We're back, and we got our co-hostess back who ran here.
Sorry.
Jessica, how you doing, sweetheart?
I'm great, just a little late. Sorry.
That's okay. I think a lot of people are late tonight. As a matter of fact, the previous show, their guests didn't even arrive. They were so late, unfortunately. Jessica's been up to a lot of stuff lately. The best news, of course, is what happened 2 weeks ago.
I am officially a Rev Girl.
Yes, New England Revolution Rev
I
Girls.
just got my contract in my email inbox today, so
Excellent.
as soon as I put my name on that dotted line, I'm good to go.
You're official now.
Yep.
Absolutely official. And this week coming up, you are starting to work at Prime in Boston, Prime Nightclub.
Yes, I will be doing VIP there, so if you want to book a table and come visit me, you should definitely do that.
We got multiple cameras here. There we go. They're all on you right now, anyway. And then also on Friday, you're going to be at the Colonnade Hotel for a very special Valentine's fashion show, which is going to be featuring designs from Sudi Boutique on Newbury Street. So people should check that out if they're in the area. That's a luncheon too, which is going to be very unique. Okay, we've all been running around. I'm a little out of breath too, and we're back with Amarie. How you doing, honey? Good?
Hi.
She rushed down too. Your train was late coming in too because of this. The snow. It's going crazy out there. People
Yeah,
are just,
all of public transportation is just a disaster. The schedules are
Horrible.
unreliable.
Yeah, tell me about it.
What if I had somewhere to be and I got fired?
You did have somewhere to be.
Exactly.
No, but you know what? Exactly. But let's say it was like I had to be there and I got fired.
Well, I think they would have extenuating. So, hey, come on, everyone's late these days. It's okay. But the problem was when I got there, I could hate what's going on. The Bruins are playing tonight too.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it would have been much easier South Station, but you can't get to South Station from the North Shore, unfortunately. So now you're down here mostly because you are the cover girl and centerfold for this month's Candela.
Yeah.
Actually, Jessica was last year, June, cover girl and centerfold for Candela magazine.
Yeah.
For people that don't know Candela, it's a Hispanic magazine, a Hispanic lifestyle
You must
magazine.
be living under a rock.
Yeah, they have a big distribution in the Boston, New England area. And, of course, it is in mostly Spanish. But you are half Dominican,
Yes.
correct? Okay. And actually, Jess is half Brazilian, so you kind of... Is Brazilian
Kind of, sort
Hispanic?
of, not really.
Well, Brazilian is Latin.
They know like Portuguese.
Yes.
Well,
a
Brazilian
different
is definitely
dialect,
Latin,
yes.
right? I mean, you can't say it's not Latin.
No,
That's debatable.
Is it debatable?
Yes.
I've never really thought about
My
that
mom
before.
doesn't consider herself.
well, you
Really?
see why
Yeah.
Hispanics see it as it's different, but the average person will be like, she's Hispanic. Brazilian's Hispanic. You know what I mean? Like the average white person is just.
Oh, yeah,
they're all
I know that.
Spanish.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying. But I mean, I've always thought of Brazilian as being Latin because it's part of Latin America. You know what I mean? That's kind of makes sense to me that you would consider it Latin, even though
Some people get
technically-
really defensive. Like my mom,
Really?
God forbid you ever tell her she's Portuguese, she flips out. Like you can't even say that she's
Well, look at
Portuguese.
the Victoria's Secret. Look at Giselle. She's Brazilian, but
Yeah.
she's.
You never confuse that.
No, I mean, but if you're 100% Brazilian, I think that's all you say. You're just Brazilian, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. So now, being half Dominican, how does that feel to be in a magazine that kind of celebrates your nationality? And how did your relatives react that are on your Hispanic side?
My mom was really happy because I usually would never be part of like something, only because I never get asked because my Spanish isn't that great. I had a little bit of problem with the interview. I had one of my friends, Naylene, shout out to her, to help me translate a couple of things
Oh, that's
and
great.
make sure everything's
Well,
good.
Selena didn't even speak that good of Spanish when
Yeah,
she first started off.
That's funny. I just saw that movie the other night during the blackout.
I
was
mean,
like,
it's a huge thing. She was definitely judged for it, so I don't think it matters.
well, I mean, it's
Just
not.
because you don't speak
Yeah, just because
the
you don't
language
speak the
doesn't mean
language,
you don't
your
represent
heritage
your
is
country.
still the same. I mean, that doesn't change. But I mean, with the relatives, your mother obviously pleased. But I mean, with everybody else, obviously, I couldn't read the interview. I apologize, but my
It was
Spanish-
all about love and Valentine's.
Well, yeah,
Day.
Valentine's, right? That's cool. I mean, I know Yanni, the publisher too, and she tends to go a little bit overboard. with
No,
that
she
stuff.
didn't. They
She
were
didn't?
all pretty. It was about relationships and if you're single, Valentine's Day, stuff like that. What do you look for in a guy? It was all very PG. It was
Do you have a Valentine?
I don't.
We
Oh,
just
you weren't
covered
here.
that.
You missed it.
Yeah, we just covered that.
I said I
She's
don't.
gonna-
This
Guess
is
what
what
she-
happens when I'm late.
Yeah, she just tell her where you're going to end up.
I'm gonna actually. Me and my girlfriends just made reservations to stray on the waterfront, and we're like, you know what? We don't need a guy. And I rather, if I don't really care about a guy, I'm not gonna waste my time with a random guy just because he asked me on a date to give him Valentine's Day with a guy you don't really care about. So I don't have a boyfriend. So me and my girlfriends are gonna just have a nice dinner.
That's
That's
good.
a good idea.
I like that idea.
I'm
That's
not celebrating it either.
But you won't
You're
see a
not?
bunch of guys doing that.
Me and my friend are boycotting relationship day. He just got dumped, so we're just gonna go out
Okay.
and
It's
you know,
kind of like
boycott
going.
a
It's kind of like
relationship.
going out on Valentine's.
No,
Are you
it's
gonna
gonna
wear-
be a very like
you-
how much we hate the opposite sex kind of a
Are you gonna
Valentine.
wear? Are you gonna wear black, Jessica?
Probably.
She's wearing black.
Heavy
You're
black.
both kind of almost dark tonight. You get the blue jeans on, but those are pretty dark blue jeans. So, how did you feel answering questions like that when technically you're not in a relationship right now?
It was, well, I definitely, I let that know there that I haven't found. They're like, are you currently with the man of your life? And I was like, no, I'm focused on my career, but if Mr. Right comes along, you know. And I was telling, I also in the interview, I was telling him I'm very old-fashioned. I'm not aggressive like these girls these days. Just go up to any guy. Like, I'm very, like, I'm so used to guys coming to me, cater to me. Like, I'm not an aggressive type of girl.
Do you feel
So-
that's happened only recently, or do you think it's been happening for a while that girls are
Me?
becoming more aggressive in general?
You know what? I think it's recent. I think it's everything. It is recently because I know that back when my mom dated, that's not how things used to be at all.
True.
If people were girls, because the reason why men are the way they are is because women let them. So if you're upset that you're being treated a certain type of way and then some other girl's getting courted and she's getting the dinners and getting nice as opposed to getting the, you want to come to my apartment and chill? Like, it's all how you present yourself and it's all what you demand. A man's not going to give you nice dinners and court you if you're over here coming over at 1 a.m. in the morning to his apartment. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, being the Valentine's cover girl, that must feel pretty special. I mean, because
Yeah,
really,
it was fun.
Hispanics just more, they love. Let's put it that way. So, I mean, they kind of live to be romantic. I mean, you think of this Hispanic culture.
Well, I think the language itself, it's
a romance
very,
language,
it's
yes.
very romantic.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
And I shot the cover and the centerfold, and we had the task of creating a sort of like a retro style
Yeah, like she wanted it like
feeling
vintage.
to it. Yeah, we wanted Yanni, the publisher, wanted it to be vintage looking, and of course we were in the middle of a very modern salon shooting it, so we had to do a little bit of magic to make it look vintage, but it came out pretty good.
And the candles, right? Those candles.
Yeah, actually,
that kept having issues with.
yeah, we kept having issues with them falling over. We thought we were going to burn the place down. Unfortunately, though,
Jose
it all
would've
came out.
killed us.
It all came out good. If people want to check out the issue, go to candelamagazine.com, and you can check that out. It's all there online for you to see, and you can pick it up at a bunch of different places all around Boston, East Boston, Lawrence, anywhere. There's bodegas and salons and all kinds of nice Hispanic restaurants and places like that. But we haven't even seen it yet. We want to see it.
No, I tell everybody, all my friends that don't speak Spanish, if you can't read it, go get it and just look at the pretty pictures, and it comes with a poster in the middle.
That's right.
And you can hang that up, and it's a win-win.
And look at
You
you
look at
all
the
month.
pictures.
Exactly. And look at you all month. All right, speaking of your career now, you've told me some interesting news earlier. Do you want to let that out of the bag now, or just kind of wait? for a little bit?
Oh, I can divulge a little bit, not
Okay.
too much.
Okay.
But we're working with, obviously, I work with Carmelo TV, which last time I was here, I had said. But I'm working with Selco on my own show with Carmelo TV.
I just want to say Greg Selco. So.
Oh, Greg, I'm
Selco
sorry.
sounds like
it's
a
because we're
company.
such good friends.
Yes.
I call Greg Selco
It sounds like
all
a
the time.
company, though, doesn't it? Selco.
Yeah. Oh,
You work for Selco.
Greg Selco is the owner of Carmelo.
That's right.
So we're going to have a meeting with him. We're working on a potential show with Carmelo TV by myself, focused on fashion, news, music, kind of bringing everything together. Because he knows I'm very much intrigued in being correspondent, stuff like that. So kind of like something like that.
Right. Okay. Well, you're perfectly suited for it. You've been training for it for a while, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm excited. Should be fun.
Yeah, when do you think that's going to get off the ground?
Probably not till the spring. Right now we're gearing for our next live stream, which is in March. I don't know the exact date. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it, but it's in March. It's the next live stream. So we're focused on that first, and then after that, I think we're going to launch.
Cool. Very cool. Hey, stick around. We got a great guy coming in. You know Louie. You've known him for a long time.
Louie.
You've known him for a long time. Right now, we're going to take a quick little break, and right before the actual spots, we're going to play one of Louie's tracks from his upcoming new album. It's called Louie Bello versus Frank Ocean. This should be interesting.
Vanessa Williams has one of the best voices in modern music. Did you ever wonder what got her hooked on music when she was growing up?
My fondest memory of music in school would have to be playing French horn in the high school orchestra. Under the direction of Mr. Angelo Marasco, we got a chance to travel all over the world. We went to Caracas, Venezuela, Miami, Florida, Nassau, Bahamas, and Seekonk, Massachusetts.
Music is like team sport, says Williams. Kids are in it together.
Music is good for kids because it teaches you a craft. It demands perfection. It forces you to excel. And it also allows you to be a part of something beautiful that makes wonderful music that transcends all kind of boundaries.
A PSA brought to you by MENC, the National Association for Music Education, Gibson Guitar, Baldwin Piano, and this station. Music, part of a sound education.
All right, listen up. There's a new law out there that's aimed at you if you're under 18. And if you get busted, it can do a number on your social life. Now, I'm going to tell you exactly what that means in case you can't figure it out for yourself. You pull up in front of your date's house. In the car. You say, you're looking hot tonight, baby. And then you escort her to the car. You open the door and she climbs in the back seat. Cause tonight you ain't gonna be the one driving the car. You got busted for buying tobacco by a big old grinning cop. judge took your license away, so you can't drive the car. Instead, your daddy is driving the car, or your mama is driving the car, or your Uncle Roy is driving the car, or your Aunt Harriet is driving the car. You and little Miss Pretty are sitting in the back seat while someone else is driving the car. She's looking like the queen of the Nile, and you're looking like a scrub, because you can't drive the car. They took your license away and left you with a big fat red L on your forehead. So now I ask you, is tobacco worth it?
Already a YouTube hit with over 25 million views worldwide, Jenna Rose is now being recognized as the next biggest pop star to emerge from Long Island. Jenna Rose, and she's only 14. Jenna Rose just completed a remake of Walk On By with Dionne Warwick.
I'm headed to the top, won't stop till I get there, so don't stop. And if you see me walking down the street and I start to cry each time you meet, walk on by.
Check out Jenna Rose's new website at JennaRoseOfficial.com and become a fan now. JennaRoseOfficial.com.
Models, singers, comedians, dancers, and so much more. This is the Performer Radio Show. Performer Radio Show.
Unbelievable. She dresses like a movie star. Oh, eyes on her no matter where we are. And I love it when she looks at me. Ooh. Oh, those pretty eyes bring me to my knees. I'm telling you, she's my girl. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. I'm never gonna let her go, no. I'm never gonna let her go, no. She's my girl. Ooh. Ooh. I'm never gonna let her go. I'm never gonna let her go. She's my girl, my girl, my girl. Because she's so beautiful and does everything for me, I guess. I don't ever gotta go nowhere else, no. I don't ever wanna be nowhere else. She's sexy as a mother, oh, yeah. I can't find the words to say. All I know is she's my girl. Ooh, she's my girl.
And that was Louie Bello versus Frank Ocean. Now, why did you decide to cover that? And Well, I'm saying, why did you decide to cover it, and how did you put your own spin on it?
Better question, why not?
Why not?
Why not? Well, because I love singing that type of music, and I really love Frank Ocean's style. He's like him, Miguel, that whole like new neo soul type of style. So I heard that beat, and I said, let me throw a spin on one of my old songs on this, and it's kind of picking up speed. It's like underground remix with the DJ. So
cool.
Yeah.
So for people that do not know you, this is Louie Bello. He's been singing for quite a while now. Huh? How many years now? Since I know you've been singing. We know the backstory about your father and you and your sister and all that stuff. But how many years would you say you've been singing professionally?
Many years.
Many years.
Yeah. I'm not going to put a number on it, but a long time.
You're one of those too.
Yeah.
Ask a woman how old she's been doing. Well, no.
Not saying I'm a woman.
I'm not saying I'm not saying you're a woman, but it's kind of that same vibe. Like you don't want to give your age out at this point in time. That's okay. Now you've been in the studio recently doing a lot of new tracks, that included.
Yes.
How many tracks are in the new album?
The new album, we're going to do an EP, so it's going to be 8 on this one.
And how long have you been working on this?
For the last 2 months, and we're hoping for a mid-April.
You did 8 tracks in 2 months.
Yeah.
God love you.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, no, we did more. We've done.
You probably had a few extras.
Oh yeah, we did actually, because I write a lot too for, just for other artists and placements. So we've probably done about 20 songs in the last 2 months in general, and 8 of those I'm snatching up for my album. The other ones are gone.
A lot of hard work. It'll pay off.
And who are the producers that you've been working with?
We got Malik Williams,
right?
Al Watkins, who did some stuff on my last album, Chasing Rainbows.
Okay.
He did my song Rich Man.
Oh yeah, I love that song.
And Jordan Gatsby, who's from Boston, and actually he's out in L.A. He just did 2 songs on Carly Rae Jepsen's "Call Me Maybe." That girl, he did her new album. So
Justin Bieber's label.
That's right. So Jordan's out there doing his thing, and he's actually working on the Fast and Furious soundtrack too now. So
nice.
Got some good names.
The new one that's coming out.
Yeah, the new movie that's coming out. Yeah.
Okay, that's coming out in the spring, the summer.
Memorial Day.
Memorial, so spring.
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely. Yeah. Jess would know. She knows everything about
movies. She's
a
all
movie
movies
buff.
all the time.
All the time.
I asked her, have you seen this movie? Yeah, of course I've seen that movie.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah, duh.
I'm the same way though, especially this snow weekend. I just sat in and was just watching movies all day long.
That's what I was doing.
Catch it up.
I had no power.
I was until the cable went off my house.
Aww,
at least I still had.
How long did your power? How long did your power?
No, I had the power, the cable, and the internet.
Oh, life's tough.
Yeah.
Isn't it awful though when TV goes out? I sat there and I looked and I was like, oh man, we have to talk.
It was
I was without power till yesterday morning, so screw you guys.
You're better than me. You decided to talk. I decided to just sleep.
I did a little of that.
It's a good time to get caught up on your sleep, right?
Yeah.
It's really definitely a good time. So now the album, you're going to be releasing it as an EP. You're going to be releasing it just digitally, or are you going to be pressing it?
We'll press up copies. I always press up copies because we do a lot of shows, and I got a show coming up. I got a couple shows coming up in Boston, and I think that it's always good to have the hard copies. Because a lot of fans will come to the shows, and it's hard to say like go buy it on iTunes if they're standing in front of you. You want to just be able to hand it to them.
Exactly.
So we'll
there's nothing like with the magazines. We go do parties. We like to hand people magazines. Not say just go look at it online. Obviously, that makes a big difference when you hand something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, of course, the cost to produce and press CDs is pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Especially if
he does it all for the fans.
Yeah, I do it all for the fans.
You do it all for the fans.
Yeah. What a guy.
Now, do you make most of the income off of the downloads?
Yeah. Actually, we make more off of actually selling the hard copies at the shows.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And merchandise and, doing shows. That's where most of the income comes. The music business right now is such a dying business with sales. Online sales.
In terms of music sales. Itself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But touring and merchandise and hard copy sales have risen.
Well, as an artist, that actually has been the case for a long time.
Yeah.
The record labels would make most of the income from the sales of the CDs, where the artists would make most of their income from touring, concert appearances, promotional appearances, and stuff like that. And of course, like you said, sales of merchandise.
But a lot of people are under the impression because of the digital world that, I'm just going to put my album up on iTunes But even the independent numbers and mixed with the label numbers, they're all down so bad.
Right.
Like people just aren't, and then they buy one song and to to make a living off of somebody downloading 99 cents. It's just it doesn't.
Right. I mean that actually is great for the consumer, but it's not good for the artist.
No, and they Spotify now. Spotify is a place to be now. That's what I'm trying to get on.
I love Spotify.
It is. It's you subscribe $10 a month or whatever, and you can download
any song you want.
So why?
Well, it's not downloading. You're just listening to
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not yours to keep if you stop paying for it.
Right. Yeah. But still, it's like why So why am I going to go to iTunes now, and when I can just go listen on Spotify?
My thoughts exactly.
But can you put them on your iPod?
You
No. So
you
that's
can't carry them with you.
But you can listen on. You can stream it.
Oh,
Spotify.
from
Right.
iPod.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
it's kind of like Pandora, only you can Google search any song or artist you want, and you can listen to any song you want as many times as you want
Without any commercials.
No commercials. You're right.
So it's music on demand.
It is.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you need to, as an artist now, that you have to. If you're not on Spotify, then you're not. You have to be on Spotify. You have to be on everything,
Yeah.
iTunes, all that. But
Before it pays out.
yeah, because now Spotify is like the spot. Everybody's going there, and everybody's on there. So if you want to be considered with the top, you got to kind of
Right. I'm not going to put you on the spot as far as your age again is concerned,
Yeah.
but you obviously have seen.
I've been around.
the transformation from CDs, or maybe even cassettes. I don't know how far that.
Yeah,
I
a lot's
guess I'll say
changed in
cassette.
22 years.
Cassettes.
Huh, Louie?
Wow. Wow.
Cassettes to CDs to MP3 downloads to iTunes
Yep.
to all this stuff now, and now of course on demand. How do you feel it's going to continue? I mean, do you think how much more can we go towards where can this industry go from here?
I can't. It's so hard to envision because it changes every day. It's every news story you hear about somebody making it or becoming successful. It's so different. Whereas before there was a formula and everybody followed the formula with the labels. And then once this whole internet thing started gearing up, and then Napster came and killed the business, and digital media came. Now it's like people are making it by YouTube videos one day, making it by being on a TV show the next day, and it's just. I don't even know where it's going to go. It just changes daily.
Yeah, YouTube has actually had a lot of impact in actually launching artists' careers these days.
Yeah.
We'll take a look at Carmen.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
That's a great example. Of course, Carmen's from Boston.
But
too.
since Carmen, nobody's really done it. So it's like that model is not always consistent. You know what I mean? Like that
True.
model
Yeah,
happened.
it's like hit or miss.
It's luck of the draw.
It is. You have to follow some kind of model, but it's still a lucky pick. If you get those fans to buy into what you're doing,
Right.
that's still the hard part.
Even with all the technology that we have, you just said earlier that you get most of your sales when you're at the live performances.
Absolutely.
So going out, playing out, meeting your fans, that has a big impact on your income as well as your career in general.
That's the only way you can make it if you have a fan base.
So even with all the technology, meeting people, pressing the flesh is still word of mouth. That's what you have to rely on.
Yep, face to face.
Face to face.
You have to. You're selling your personality. You're selling yourself. And if you're on a computer screen, I mean, you need to do the videos. You need to have the music, and you need to have that internet presence. But people don't really buy into you until they meet you and see you and hear you sing, see you perform, and
Then they become the super fans.
then they become the ones that will follow you for life. And then
Right.
then every record you make, you can count on that fan base to support you.
Right.
How
many videos have you actually made over the years? You've gotten a lot.
Yeah, I think the new Shotgun, which is coming out soon.
Which is your favorite?
Which is, you know what, I gotta say, it's my favorite so far.
Only because Jessica is in it.
Yes, a little biased there, Jessica. But I'd say that's probably my 16th video. I got
Wow.
a 15th or
But
16th
number one
video.
in his heart.
Exactly.
She's so cute.
And I would just like to say that I do not legally download any music. I pay for all of my music because I'm a fan.
You just said that like out of nowhere, like you
I'm
were
just
guilty
saying.
of something.
Well, she almost said movies, and
what
I was
are you
gonna,
hiding, Jessica?
I know that I
was
illegally
gonna call
download movies.
She
I
almost
do
said
that. But as far as music goes, I do not cheat on my music.
Good girl.
I like buying
People should take
CDs. I'm
more
like the only
notice.
person. I like
Oh, I don't do
tangible.
that.
I like buying CDs
I don't do
still
that.
too.
Like I'm gonna go out of my way and go buy the Justin Timberlake CD. Like I might buy 2 copies.
Well,
I
I-
actually go buy
One
it.
for home, one for car.
I go to
something like
Best.
that?
I go to Best Buy every once in a while, and I actually buy a real physical CD because it's. I think just opening up the booklets, and for me, it's
They have
like
digital booklets.
they have digital booklets now. Yeah,
Yes, we've had
It's
this
not
discussion
the
before.
same. It's not the same, Jessica.
I think we had this discussion with Amir a couple weeks ago about the digital
There's a
booklets.
stick-
Unless
There's
like
a
Justin Bieber walked up to me and said, "Hey, buy my album." I'm sorry, I love you, Justin, but I'm not going to buy your album.
No, I agree with
I'll
that.
download it.
It has to be somebody special, like Justin
there's a
Timberlake is to
certain
me.
like smell to the booklet. The
All right,
paper,
now
there's a-
things are getting weird.
Listen, I'm an artist, man. It's like
No,
Like
I
you said-
kind of okay. Well, they have like the Kindles and now, but I refuse to read any books like via a technological device.
I agree.
I go to Borders and I
Me
buy
too,
them.
and I
I
buy
love
them.
the smell of them. I love creasing the
What
pages.
Borders
Yeah.
are you going to? They went out of business 2 years ago.
I'm sorry, I'm
Barnes
at
and
Barnes and
Noble.
Noble. I don't know why I said Borders.
I'm sorry.
she hangs
yeah.
out. She hangs out in
Weird.
the empty borders and
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm a loiterer. You know.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Free
I
rent.
used to like going to Borders too. I mean, of course, Barnes and Noble's the only one left. Do you see ma and pa stores, or even the big stores like Barnes and Noble or Best Buy, at least that part of their business going away at any time? in the future?
It's been, somebody just posted a picture of the old Tower Records.
On Newbury and
yeah,
Mass
that was
Ave.
Virgin and then was Best Buy, and there's nothing in there. Everything. It just shows like how long Tower was there for years.
Yeah.
Then Virgin was there for a couple of years, and I think it's definitely a dying business selling CDs and records. I think there's always a niche market for it. I think there will be certain spots, and there'll be people that want to have those physical records and CDs in their hands, but when you can get something for free, let's face it, with the economy, and if you can get your stuff on Spotify and just listen to as many songs as you want on satellite radio, and not, pay as much as you would for the songs, most people are going to do it, and some out of laziness and some out of just, they don't have the money.
So what would you think is the inspiration now for artists if they know that this is going to be the case from now on?
Your live show. Your live show has to be on point. You have
No
to be
more
able to
lip sync.
entertain.
That's great if you're a good musician and vocalist like yourself.
Well, then
But what about all these other people
you're
that just
not,
studio?
then you shouldn't be making it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. They should be. It'll help clear, hopefully, help clear the deck of some of these.
Absolutely.
Fly by night, auto-tuned,
the
people
word.
out of here, because that scene has been getting sick for years, and maybe this is a good way of purging the system.
That's an interesting way of putting it. I never really
know?
thought about it, but that's probably true. If you're going to have to rely on performing live, but then again,
Talent will prevail.
But then again, technology has also provided for you to perform live, even with enhancements.
I love technology, and I have no problem with using enhancements for your show, absolutely. But when it comes down to the raw bones of it, the people that are talented are going to use that equipment to be creative, and not because they have to mask their lack of talent.
And I
think
don't
that's
expect my favorite artists to be able to sing every single show
Right.
live. I mean, they're doing how many shows a year? I don't.
No.
You do that, you're going to run your voice into the ground, and then you're not going to be anything by the end of the year. So
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with enhancements, but if I'm paying all this money to see a show, I don't want to see you lip sync. Take a break, have someone else perform a song or two, but
Well, I'll be honest. I the Grammys the other night, Taylor Swift was the worst opening act in the
that's
history of the
horrible.
Grammys.
really.
Thanks, I didn't get to see
I
that.
didn't see it.
That's
The
okay.
worst.
I
It was
blackout.
not good.
Yeah.
It was
not
awful.
good.
And
What
I,
song did she sing?
she sang Trouble, right?
No, she didn't. She said
Trouble.
never getting back to
Oh, never
Oh.
getting back together. But there was like it seemed like 60 dancers on stage dressed up as clowns and trapeze artists, and she didn't sing really well. It's just like for a person like her who. She's a good artist. I don't ever think she was the best, but she had good songwriters. And now
Right.
she's trying to be a pop artist now. She's trying to be like the Miley Cyrus, like
and less country.
and less country. And it's like it was hard to watch it because I felt bad for her.
I'm a fan of Taylor Swift, and another one that I'm a fan of is Katy Perry, but I feel like her performances, when she sings live, I want to turn the TV off. I cannot listen to her.
Yeah, it's hard because they're great. I don't know how many songs they write of their own, but their songs are great. And
Taylor
they're great
Swift
to listen.
writes most of her music.
Yeah.
That's why people love her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
So
there's-
do you think then if an artist does well on the airwaves and downloads, that people forgive them a little bit?
Absolutely, 100%.
When
Most
they have
most people don't. I shouldn't say that because I'm going to put myself on.
That's all right. We love controversy here. Go
Most
ahead.
people are great. Most people are awesome. No, no, but it's hard because like regular people that don't that aren't artists and aren't like constantly trying to create the best stuff and the best sound. most people don't pick up on the things that say, like us in the entertainment or artist world, is we're creating, so we hear things and we say, oh, that was awful, or why did she do that? But the fans, I think they're so enthralled with that person because they're hardcore fans. They don't see how bad it was. They just see Taylor was up there and she sang my favorite song, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's good for her, and it's good for me too, because if I mess up, I want those fans to still love me.
Right.
But in the world of real music, in the days of Motown all the way back up to here, like, you could not put her on a stage with any of the greats and say, Taylor Swift is one of the greats. You would look at her and laugh.
Right.
And and that's the difference. So it becomes your fans, propel you to your success.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here again. We're going to play another track. Now, is Shotgun on your new EP?
Shotgun is on the new EP.
Okay, so we got 3 tracks today that are on there. This is the song that the video is going to be coming out next Tuesday, is that correct?
Yes, next either Tuesday or Wednesday, sometime at the beginning of the week.
I know Jessica's going to be anticipating it. Like, she'd be sitting by her computer all day long.
Yeah, I'm going to be like sitting in a corner rocking back and forth until it comes out.
So this one's going to be on the new EP, and
you think I'm kidding, but when I don't show up next week, you know where to find
me.
me.
Well, if we have it by Tuesday, we can probably air it right here.
Absolutely.
I guess I'll come in.
That'll be pretty cool. So here's Louie Bello with Shotgun.
Took the tape off my windows so I could replace the shadows of where you used to sit. Back when you were my girl. Do I just think to say no? You used to sing like an angel. We used to party rock, making beats with the door locks. I wish we could forget about tomorrow. Don't think about yesterday. I only need a minute, just 1 minute to say.
Okay, we're back again. That was Shotgun with Louie Bello, and that will be on his next EP. Now, when is the EP releasing?
We're tentatively looking at end of March, beginning of April.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And you said you're going to be playing out a lot in the Boston area? When you
we're going to be doing a few shows in the Boston area. I actually have
Jessica's playing again.
Here you go.
She's always doing something in the
doing
corner
over
there.
there? I'm
That's why
scared.
we put her in the corner.
I photobombed your camera.
You photobomb my camera?
I took like 8 pictures of myself just now.
I'll put it as my wallpaper. Now.
There you go. So where are you going to be
back to
supporting?
business.
Where are you going to be playing out to support the CD?
Well, we may be doing the South Shore Music Circus, which is
Wow,
yeah,
that's big.
Well, it's their new place. They just opened up again in Quincy, so we're thinking of going over there. We're talking to the owners right now because I love to support local places that support music,
Right.
and not just go to like a lounge that may have music, but this place actually does music, 7 nights a week. So it's going to be possibly the second week of April that we'll do the launch party, and
That'd be cool.
and then May 10th, I'm going to be in Brockton. We're doing an all ages at the Shaw Center, which is
part of
the stadium.
The stadium.
Yeah,
right
so
down
we're going to be doing an all ages show there with BCAP. And,
Brandon!
yeah, Brandon will be there, and a good
My
friend.
little Bieber.
Your little buddy.
My Bieber.
Yeah, Brandon has really come along. The kid is he's doing good things. He's really really growing up, and
He likes to do this a lot.
the chest pump.
The chest pump.
He likes to pump out his chest a lot in his dance moves. It's awesome.
That classic boy band move.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that for a second. How do you feel with guys like Brandon coming up, and you got to kind of compete with that kind of situation a little bit, not too much, but I mean a little bit.
You know what's funny is that it's totally two different styles of music. What I do is more like I would put myself as more of like a crooner, like throwback to like Frank Sinatra meets Motown meets neo soul, with a little pop edge. So it's different. He's dancing and
You can't really compare the two. They're not. You guys aren't really competing at all.
No.
It's two different groups of people that listen to you. And,
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why it's cool to do shows with him, because he brings me a new crowd and I bring him a new crowd.
But technically you're still pop singers, both of you.
Yeah, pop singers, but it's kind of like Robin Thicke.
Right, okay.
I'm more competing with a Robin Thicke or Justin Timberlake, because they're not doing as much of that. Justin from NSYNC era would be competing with Brandon.
Right.
But Justin,
I'm not gonna lie, Louie. I thought of you when I saw the performances of Justin Timberlake. Like his swag just reminded me of yours so much.
I appreciate
on the
that.
Grammys.
I appreciate
I was
that.
like, wow, this is weird.
Somebody likes you.
I like that.
He's got a big
Justin
smile on his face.
Timberlake.
Oh, we found a Valentine.
He's actually getting a little red right
I
now
was like,
too.
oh, thank you.
He's blushing. That's so cute.
Amarie, you're getting awfully
Definitely.
closer to him.
Don't say no now on
Now
the
they're
radio.
both blushing.
I hate you both.
Hey, Louie, you want to go to Straight on the Waterfront on Valentine's Day?
That was my plan.
Maylene wouldn't like that.
Is that
would
where
she?
you're going now?
No, me and Eileen don't have dates, so we're taking each other out.
Oh, nice. She just twittered me.
So
Twittered you?
Yeah, twittered.
Twitter?
Twittered?
Tweeted?
Tweeted?
Listen,
Terminology.
I'm trying, okay? I'm trying with this
There you
tech
go.
stuff.
Trust me, I know how you feel sometimes. Now, to support the album, you're going to do a contest, aren't you?
We are going to do a contest. This is going to be the most fun contest I've ever done.
It's rigged. I win.
It's rigged. Yeah, it's not rigged. So we're going to officially let you know that the contest starts beginning of next week, and you'll see more info on it. But I'll be coming into your home, you people out there.
That's creepy.
Maybe people in
Locking my doors.
at a decent hour though. So please
2 in the morning,
Please
right?
be clothed. But
That's a booty call.
yeah. Well, we might do like a 5 o'clock show for the young kids. So,
Oh.
but we'll be
that's
coming into your living
free
room.
candy.
Yeah, your living room and playing a show for you and your family and friends, and we'll be coming into your dorm rooms. Whoever actually wins the contest, and the contest is basically going to be, you need to find one of my songs online or from iTunes and cover it on YouTube, like about a minute. Do your own version. You can rap it.
So it
you
has to
can
be a
sing
video,
it.
not just an audio.
No, you have to video it. So,
Ah.
and we're going to have a panel of illustrious judges. So I will not be making the final decision.
Why,
Too bad,
why
Jess.
is the
Too bad.
panel illustrious?
Because I wanted to use that word since I was a little kid, and I
I'm
felt
like,
like
what
it
does
fit.
that have to do with anything? Why are the judges good looking?
Hey, listen, I want to show off my education. You know,
Okay. This is getting weirder
So what-
by the second.
So what,
Sign me up.
so what you're saying is you're not going to be biased whether somebody sings it amazingly versus somebody rapping it versus there's not going to be any bias.
no, I just want creativity. I want to just see people that actually, I want to see people go through my catalog and actually find songs that may not be the ones we made the videos for, or maybe find some stuff that's kind
See your
of.
super fans.
do research.
Just
Are you going
some
to
research.
involve the audience at all in the judging as well, or just the illustrious judges?
The illustrious judges. They're gonna remain anonymous so that nobody gets yelled at. But
Maybe you should have a little popular vote too, just to see what people like.
you know, that's a good idea.
I mean, for the top selections. or
I'm
something
gonna make
like
an
that.
opera version.
Listen, opera version would be pretty dope.
The only reason I'm saying
gonna mime one of your songs.
Of Shotgun.
the only reason I'm saying that is because you can get your audience involved in the process more too.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
might be kind of cool for that. You
No,
know?
definitely.
They'll be more into it. if
Are
that's
they
the case.
tagging you on Twitter with these videos? Or?
They're gonna tag me on Twitter. They're gonna Facebook me. Basically, videos got to be submitted on YouTube, and then send me the link. So basically, email me, Twitter me the link, or Facebook me the link.
Well, this would be.
I like Twitter, man.
Learn.
Louie,
Twitter.
this would be a good time to tell everyone your social networks then, so they know.
So, well, my website is louiebello.com.
He's Louie Bello. Everyone knows. The social
Thank you,
networks
Jess. I
already.
appreciate that. And then my Twitter is Louie Bello, and my Facebook's Louie Bello, and Louie Bello Music, and everything's Louie Bello. So if you get lost, go to louiebello.com. And
For people that don't know how to spell, it's Bello.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
And if you don't know how to spell Louie, then you're really in trouble.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, and Amarie, well, since we're on the subject, why don't you give your information as well through social media?
You can find me. I'm the same as his. My name, Amarie Ortiz, is for everything. Look out. There's a lot of fake pages on Facebook, guys. I'm sorry if somebody's saying something creepy or weird. I'm not creepy or weird. So only sometimes.
Just the fact that you said you're not creepy or weird makes you creepy.
I know.
Yeah, something's going on.
But it's AMARIE Ortiz for everything. And hopefully you won't get catfished.
That's really
Somebody was talking to a fake me on Twitter for 6 months, even on text message, and it wasn't me.
Awesome.
Wow.
That was me. Sorry.
When he grows up, he
That's-
wants to be you.
That's why it was awkward when I met you today, because I was like, does she know?
Well, actually, now how many followers you got on? Do you have more followers on Facebook, Twitter, or
It's about the
Instagram?
same. I got a
About the same?
couple thousand on each. My problem is I have like almost 5,000 followers on my regular page, and trying to get people to move over to my music page because I did the regular one first.
Right.
It's just so hard. So all you guys who are listening that are you're friends with me on my regular page, go over and follow me on the Louie Bello music page.
Jessica's having the same
Yeah,
problem
I'm
with her
having the
page
same
too.
problem. I have like 4,000 friends on Facebook, and I have like 400 likes on my fan
Yeah,
page.
It's because Facebook is fading. You guys would do better in Twitter. You need to tweet more.
Yeah, but you can't
Oh,
put that
I
much
tweet
on
like
Twitter.
crazy.
You can't. Yeah, I mean, it's
Instagram.
hard.
I tweet more than
You can't
Justin
put.
Bieber.
Well, I mean, he can't put MP3s on Instagram.
I know, but
You
that's
know?
that's the
He
unfortunate.
can hold up an MP3. And
That's
be
the
like,
unfortunate. Less and less people are going into Facebook. They don't like it as much as Instagram and Twitter. That's why people. When you guys got those fans, is when the hype was. Now the hype is like lessened. That's the problem.
You know what I started doing is I put a picture of the show on my Instagram.
See?
So that
there
was
you
my.
go.
That was your
That's what I'm
announcement.
saying.
Yes.
So essentially, we're going back to reading.
Exactly. That's why I said let's do it like this.
You know the picture social media? It's no longer just pictures. You gotta do some reading. Sorry, guys.
Everything is cyclical. I guess we're going back to where we used to be. Actually, we can even talk about vinyl. It's going back now.
What's
it's coming
that?
back. What's that?
Vinyl.
I'm
Vinyl.
totally kidding.
Oh, okay, you are. All right.
Yes, she is.
I would have told you.
Well, I mean, a lot of DJs have always been using vinyl, but
I'm
now
sure like Brandon doesn't know what vinyl is, so you might want to.
Wow, listen, I gotta.
it's
you-
kind
you
of
gotta
funny now
stop.
because if you're watching
That's
like
my boy, man. You gotta- Brandon's a smart kid.
I love Brandon.
Brandon's a ladies' man.
I know he
we're gonna
is.
Yeah,
form a
you
fan.
do. I know.
Out of curiosity, how old is this Brandon character?
He's young enough.
20.
Buddy.
20?
Oh, that's, I'm
Just
thinking.
likes young,
But I'm
Wait a
vibrant
minute.
guys.
I'm
But
thinking
Jess, you
we're
like older
talking
guys
about.
too, right?
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
talk about him like he's 14. I'm thinking we're talking about like a 14 or 20.
no.
That's not even far off from our age, Jessica. I'm
No,
thinking.
no, he's a nice kid.
Yeah, he's
good.
an awesome.
I'm gonna call him a kid still because he's still young.
Hard worker.
Yeah, he's definitely hard worker. Yeah, he's been plugging away for
Yeah,
a
he
couple.
does those chest pumps.
Jessica's very impressed.
I have
with
a
us.
feeling that she really loves the
I know
chest
she
pump.
does. She loves him.
I get so
Well,
hot and bothered.
she's got
whenever he
Brandon
does
and you've got Louie. Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
No, double date.
double date now.
I've got Tony.
I'm tweeting this right now.
And we're
Double
just
date
talking
on
about
Valentine's
Jessica
Day.
that we were like anti-Valentine's Day. Now we just got dates.
Yeah, we just got dates all of a sudden.
Let's do it.
You know that Brandon's jumping up and down for joy right now.
I'm gonna tweet it right now.
Brandon, if you're listening, I'm trying hard, man. I'm working it.
Please, Brandon, be my Valentine. Please.
That's going to ruin everybody's plans now, isn't it? Well, I mean, vinyl's coming back.
Yes.
And what I was going to say is, even like on late night shows like Jimmy Fallon, when they have an artist come on, they're showing vinyl. They're showing the actual 12 inches now.
Yeah,
not the
it's pretty
CDs
cool.
anymore.
It's cool.
So
It's a fun.
when did this start happening? Just like in the past year or so?
It's kind of like it's like trends, you know. It's like clothing, you know. Clothing comes back, different trends. Furniture, different trendy old furniture comes back. You know, it's music. They always try to bring different things back. And I think now with the fact that it's all digital, that it's cool to see that vinyl because you're introducing it to a new,
Right. I was watching a TV show about a week and a half ago. I can't remember what the show was. I was just like cruising through the networks, and the scene was just a TV show. And this girl walks in the living room, and there's a turntable there. She puts on a record, and it's Nicki Minaj. I'm like, that is just so weird, to see that.
Yeah.
It's like, that is so uncommon. People will press a button, and then all of a sudden it plays, and she was putting a needle on a record, and it was Nicki Minaj. I was like, wow, that just goes to show you that what's old can be new again. It's kind of weird.
Vinyl will always be classic.
Yeah.
You can't really
It's
beat
cool.
But I mean, in the same vein, a lot of video directors, filmmakers, they still use film,
Right.
Because they like the feel of the film.
Yeah, there's a look. There's a
effective-
look. There's
yeah,
a-
exactly. You cannot really duplicate with video. It's kind of the same thing. You could say the same thing about analog versus digital recording. Some artists will still record on
Use
analog machines.
Yeah, use the
tape.
ADATs and the
Right, on tape, which is kind of interesting. I remember what's his name, Tom Schultz from Boston.
Yeah.
Only analog. He would never ever record in digital.
No, I think whatever you can work on that gets the best product for you is
Right.
great. I love the digital as far as recording because you can work so much faster, put out more material, and I mean you can still create awesome sounds, with the new stuff. But there's nothing like that old sound. But I tell you, the old sound took so long to do that I don't know if I'd ever want to go back.
When you're growing up and you want to be something, like be a musician, vinyl is what you want to do one day. So being able to achieve your dream and then going back and putting that together and like actually holding something tangible that you grew up listening to is like a dream come true. So I can understand why people like the authenticity of, like the old music,
Absolutely.
And can I just say that Jessica did, in fact, just tweet the double date. And I'm about to retweet
It's official. It's on Twitter.
to about 8,000 of my followers.
And Louie's gonna
So
retweet
you know
it,
it's
and
real.
then Brandon's not gonna have a choice. He's gonna be like chest bumping all night.
He's so excited. He's gonna be like, Jessica.
Only thing is, Valentine's Day, I'm going to be in California. So
There you go. You got Louis got a big trip to
I
California.
am.
You got a video you're going to be shooting out
Shooting
there.
a video out in Santa Monica. We're going to be hanging out with some Boston boys out there. Jay Giannone, big actor Jay, and Ryan Ginnity, Eric Ginnity, Boston guys that are doing movies out there. And
That's awesome.
It's going to be really cool.
That's awesome. All right, really quickly, next week we're going to have Jenna Rose here from Long Island. 2 weeks from now, we've got Lamont Price, the great comedian, very funny guy. He's coming back to say hello to us. Jessica, why don't we quickly give your Twitter and Facebook and everything else?
At the Jessica Graf on Twitter, and just Facebook me at Jessica Graf. I'll be there.
And Louie, have a great trip out to L.A. And Amarie, don't forget to pick up the current issue of Candela magazine. She looks absolutely gorgeous
Go
in there.
get it.
And good luck with Carmelou TV and everything else like that. We got another track of Louie's coming up. We're going to close the show with that. I want to wish everyone a great week and stay nice and warm. And hopefully we get no more. The song is called "Say Yeah," Louie Bello.